Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk with Fashion Cloud. Last time I introduced you to our Clara app, and this time I would actually show you how to gain additional sales with Clara. So how do I implement it efficiently? What do I need to look out for? And how does it really, what's really the key to success? And today I'm going to show you how to do exactly that. So here's a quick agenda. So we're going to look at just very quickly what is Clara once more again for those of you who forgot about it. Then how do I actually sustainably implement Clara at my POS? How do I keep tracking? So how do I keep or contain transparency? So we have a lot of retailers that are afraid that their staff might just reorder and reorder and reorder, and in the end, I have a loss keeping track of what has been ordered. And I'm going to show you how we can actually keep this transparency. Then we're going to talk about the brand access, and also we're going to look at the most frequently asked questions by you guys, and I'm looking forward to answer those. So what is Clara? Clara is more or less an app which you can use for your, let's say, tablet or smartphone, and you can download it for free in the App and Play Store. It's a tool, so a tool for your sales staff at the sales floor, right at the POS for the retailers, and it's a tool to reorder for your customers. So let's say the fittings pair of pants in the certain size or color is no longer available, then you just open your app, open your smartphone, take the app, and then you just scan the article, and then you see whether it's available or not. If it's available, then you just reorder, and then the article will be in your store within 1 to 3 working days. That's basically it. So it's a very fast and easy tool to reorder to satisfy your customers. Now, what exactly are the processes behind it? So here's a little chart, and it basically shows you how the data is being transported within different stations. So we get the stock data from the brand transmitted or sends it to Fashion Cloud, to us. We send you the stock data into the store, and once you open the app within your sales floor, and then you make an order request or a stock request, and then you order, then you send it immediately to Fashion Cloud. We also immediately send it to the brand, and then the brand processes your order in the standard way. Should you guys do EDI, then it sends the EDI data to you, so the DES ADV and the order response, as well as physically sending the order out to you guys to your stores. Now, what you do is you inform the customer that the order has arrived within your stores. The customer comes once more into your store, gets the order, and you have a higher customer frequency within your stores and a higher customer satisfaction. Now, once the customer comes into your store, please make sure that you take the chance to also place an additional or gain an additional sales, because the customer is within your store and the chance is very high that maybe he or she would like to have the fitting belt to the pair of pants that you just ordered. So really take the chance, because once the customer is within your store, it's your chance to satisfy the customer and gain additional sales. Now, what are the keys to success? Now, we talked to a lot of customers, and they realize that it's not just very simple to give your employees an app and, go ahead and order. That's not how it works. There are 2 different factors that are very important that you guys need to keep in mind. So only 30% is basically the hardware. So you can invest a lot of money to really good tablets and very good smartphones. That's great, perfect. But that's only 30%. You also need to keep in mind that 70% to be successful using Clara or any app at the sales floor is the human being. So you really need to take your time, take your employees by the hand and show them what to do with the app, take all the fears from them, talk to them, enable maybe feedback, and basically keep that in mind. And some of the things that you need to keep in mind when taking or looking at the 70% human being factor is that maybe you should create a structure, like a team structure. So this is also an example for one of our customers. what this customer or retailer did was he created a certain structure. So he's our Clara representative. So that means we get all the feedback from the sales floor from this Clara representative. Also, we give all the feedback regarding new brands, regarding new features, regarding maybe also some problems, like you always have data problems, to our Clara representative. And this person then spreads it to the team leaders of the different departments or department leaders. Then this person spreads it to all the different power users within maybe some sub-departments. And then in the very bottom, you have all the different Clara users. They also get the information. So it's really like a top, bottom down structure, but also bottom up structure. So if the Clara users realize, hey, a certain brand is really not performing well, we always get locked out from the app, then they also give the feedback all the way up to our Clara representative, and then we get the feedback, and then we can help you guys solve the problem. Also, you guys need to keep in mind, feedback is very important. So, as I said, not only top, bottom down and vice versa, but also create structure for feedback to flow. So, for instance, if you have team meetings during the day or once a week or maybe once a month, give the space for this feedback to be able to spread. So talk about it in those meetings and try to learn where the fears are, what are the big blockers. So sometimes there are blockers which you wouldn't even think of. So for instance, a tablet doesn't log into the Wi-Fi anymore. Or maybe there is no Wi-Fi in a certain department. Those feedback structures are very, very important, and please keep that in mind. Also, you guys need to give directions. So it's very helpful to lead your employees and your fellow colleagues to a certain goal. Don't just give them the app, don't just enable the feedback structure, but also keep in mind that we want to go to a certain direction because this is money that we make with it. So one example is that you set certain KPIs. So let's say we want a certain order volume by the end of the year or by the end of a certain month or whatsoever. And we want to reach this goal and let's go and reach this goal. Or for instance, you can also take a Clara rate. So this is also one thing that one of our customers did. He basically took all the complete orders to a certain brand. So let's say we have a brand here, and we look how many Clara orders went from this brand. So we get the Clara rate, and that's very helpful because the old way is to go to the B2B portal or be on the telephone and call the brand and ask them for the stocks and the availability and to send it to you guys. That takes a lot of time, and as everybody knows, time is money. So let's assume that your store is very crowded and full and packed by the customers on a Saturday. Then it's just easier and way faster to just simply enter it to the app and order via the app than just being on the phone for maybe 20 minutes. So really take the chance to narrow this down to a certain KPI or a certain quote in order to save money and give directions. And also, as I already mentioned beforehand, make sure that you have a certain and very good infrastructure. Now, I don't mean hard fact infrastructure, just phones and Wi-Fi. I also mean soft facts, soft infrastructure, like a certain amount of rules. So let's say, enable or turn down the voices, the sounds of your phone or maybe from your tablet. Let's say that the late night shift takes it back to the back room, to the back office, and the morning shifts takes it right back to the sales floor, to the POS, and those kind of infrastructure in order to give security to your employees, because that's very important. Once they're in front of the customer and entering and opening the app, they want to feel secure and comfortable. So that's very important that you also, together with your employees, get a certain structure. And now for you as a Clara representative, it is very important that you widen the availability to your colleagues and employees, because what many retailers do is they log into the Fashion Cloud platform and they get access to a certain variety of brands, but only a few brands are being ordered. So this is one example. We have this pool of brands that are available for me in the Clara app, but only the certain amount of active brands are being ordered. So try to talk to your employees and ask why only this certain brands are being ordered. Then try to see and activate these brands, because this is all money for you guys. Like if you activate all of the brands and really make sure that people feel comfortable in these certain departments with those brands to order, then as I said, they spare time and money for you guys. So that's very important. And for you as a Clara representative, it is important to make sure that once Fashion Cloud gets further brands, that you also ask for the access and activate them for your colleagues in a certain department. Maybe there's a brand where your colleagues are really eagerly waiting for and it's finally available, but you haven't asked for the access yet. So always for a certain amount of time, maybe once a month, go online to the Fashion Cloud platform and see if there's another brand. You can also log into or apply for our Fashion Cloud newsletter, for a Clara newsletter, and then you will always get the further information if there's another brand that is being available now for Clara. Now let's quickly jump into the most frequently asked questions. So why can I only search by GTIN and barcodes but not entering the brand name? Well, that's very easy and simple because the use case is a different one. So the use case really is when your customer wants a certain pair of pants that he or she saw in your store, and it's not really for showing the customer what kind of brands are available on Clara, but really like looking for this certain brand, for this certain pair of pants or this certain article. Who do I call when my order went missing? That's very simple. To get the fastest answer, we always recommend that you guys call the brand, because what we do is if you call us, it's just another further step because we would do exactly the same. So if you have a salesperson from the brand, a person that you can talk to, a representative, try to contact this person first. If there are any further problems, always feel free to contact us. We're always there to help you guys, of course. Why are some articles available via Clara, but or not available via Clara, but via B2B or telephone? That's a good question. You will always get this case because there's always a security amount of stack that we show as not available in Clara. That's because a lot of different channels, for instance the B2B, the B2C, depending on the structure of the different warehouses of the brand, they all reach out to the stock, and let's assume that while you open the app and scan the article and you place the order at the same time from different channels, the same order is being placed, then we just really want to eliminate the case that, basically there's this donation or a canceling of your order, and then the end consumer, your customer, is being unhappy. So we always show, okay, it's not available because maybe there's 1, 2 of this article still available from the brand. What's a GLN? Well, that's a global location number that is being given by the GS1. You have one GS1 in nearly every country, and it's more or less like a code that is being used from transmitting the order where the brand knows where to send the order to. If you're not having a GLN, I think it's a very common German thing. Should you not have a GLN, you will get one from Fashion Cloud, so that shouldn't be a big blocker. Just call us or write us or send us a message, then we can answer that for you. What are the next steps for Clara? Well, the next step would be the feature dropshipping. So at the current situation, it's like this, that the customer comes back into your store once the article has arrived, the order has arrived, and then he picks it up in your store, and then he goes back home. And the dropshipping part would actually mean that you send the order, or we send the order directly to the customer, or the brand sends it directly to the customer. That's a feature that we're building and testing right now. So I cannot really say when it's being done or when it's finished, but that's one of the big features that will be available in the Clara app. And it will be optional for you guys to choose it, because maybe in some areas where you have a lot of tourists, it totally makes sense to send it back home to the customer. In some other areas, it's really helpful for you guys to get the customer back into your store in order to increase the frequency and add some additional sales. So it's really optional for you guys, and that's something that we're working on currently. So I hope that I could give you some further insights about Clara and how to really implement it efficiently in the sales floor and how to get some additional sales. And if you have any further questions, feel free to contact us. We're always there to help you guys. And thanks for your attention and see you guys next time. Bye.